Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Don't face that court alone. Let the Wise Man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call the Wise Man team at Wise Man Lawyers.
Alright, today I'm at Southport Magistrates Court. Client was charged with repeat drug driving in a prime mover truck. Basically, he was charged with what's called relevant drug present. There's two types of drug driving. The more serious is driving under the influence of a drug, meaning you're high on drugs. The less serious is called relevant drug present, meaning you've had it at some point, it's worn off, but it's still in your system. This was his second offence in 5 years. Ordinarily, for a first offence, the worst case is 9 months, mandatory minimum 1 month, but when it's your second in 5, that bumps up to worst case 18, mandatory minimum 3. Further compounding this was the fact that he was driving a prime mover truck when intercepted, so it goes without saying that that will aggravate the circumstances of the charge when you're in a prime mover. As far as moving forward and preparing for today, I got him to attend 2 different reformatory courses, one in Brisbane, one down here on the Gold Coast. I got him to get some references based on a template that we provide all of our clients. I drafted affidavit materials based on what he said he'd learned at both the courses, handed them up to the magistrate along with the references based on that template. I spoke at length about my client, him as a person, family situation, what he does for a living. He's a truck driver, goes without saying if he's in a truck. And also goes without saying that without a licence you can't drive a truck and your income will cease. As I said, worst case scenario today was 18 months, mandatory minimum 3 months. I spoke on my feet at length about why it would be appropriate for the magistrate to give dead on or something close to the mandatory minimum 3 months. I mean, the offending and the history is one thing, but then when you apply the penalty to people, it's got to be applied fairly and justly and in an equitable manner. So if you've got a truck driver who's going to have their income completely cease while they're off the road, to give them something close to the maximum would be completely unjust, whereas to give someone who lives in Brisbane CBD, works in Brisbane CBD, only needs a licence to rent a hire car to go to Byron Bay for the weekend every now and then, to give them a lengthy disqualification would be just and equitable. So, forcing the same penalty on everyone isn't fair. It's not just, and you've got to take everything on a case-by-case sort of approach. So, obviously the offending needs to be dealt with on a case-by-case scenario. The history, traffic history, needs to be looked at on a case-by-case scenario, and then the real-world outcome of the disqualification needs to be treated evenly and in a methodical approach. So basically what I'm saying is, when the magistrates give their disqualifications, they need to treat people differently in order for people to be treated the same. So the actual number of the disqualification might vary, but when coupled with the real world circumstances and life of the person, the punishment is even. As I said, is it just and even for a truck driver to lose their house when the IT consultant just doesn't get to party on the weekends? That's not just, and that's why disqualifications are meted out differently, and it's obviously my job to assist in the metering out of those different penalties. And today my client, who was a truck driver, as I said, notwithstanding the fact that he was a repeat drug driver and caught whilst in a prime mover, still needed to be treated justly and penalised fairly, and that was the focus of my submissions. Look, I'm starting to go off point now. I was successful in persuading the magistrate not to go past the mandatory minimum 3 months. So yes, my client will be off the road for 3 months, but fortunately he's in a position where he won't live comfortably for 3 months, but he will manage through that. Whereas obviously if he got 5 months, 7 months, 10 months, he would have lost his house. Modest fine, client's relieved. I'm Andrew Wiseman. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Andrew Wiseman from Wiseman Lawyers, Queensland's only truly dedicated drug, alcohol and traffic offence law firm. If you face loss of licence, loss of vehicle imprisonment or anything in between at any court in Queensland, we can and will help you today. This is our specialty. This is all we do. Give us a call, 1300 947 352. I'll look forward to helping you resolve your issue today.
Don't face that court alone. Let the wise man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving?